news your way. Join in on the conversation with MyFox Memphis on Twitter and Facebook. Your two-screen experience starts now.
Breaking now, all hostages are free in France at a kosher supermarket, and two brothers, accused terrorists, are dead. Good morning, everyone. I'm Trey Paul. This is coming from French police. We're talking about the brothers suspected in Wednesday's massacre at a satirical newspaper, and two people, at least one connected to the brothers, are dead as well. Fox 13 Washington correspondent Kyla Campbell is live from D.C. with the latest.
Past hour, we heard explosions and also gunshots near the scenes of both standoffs in France. French police say they fired shots and killed Sharif and Saeed Kouachi after the brothers fired at them. Those brothers are accused of killing 12 people Wednesday at Charlie Hebdo offices and were holed up today with a hostage at a print shop 25 miles northeast of Paris. That woman was released. Again, the brothers are dead. Meanwhile, in Paris, authorities say this man and woman knew the brothers and were behind a hostage situation at a kosher market today. At least the man is believed to be dead this hour. Lawmakers here in the U.S. warn lone wolf attacks like this could happen in America.
Every time you think you have terrorism boiled down to one kind of scenario, you're wrong. It's going to keep changing. It'll keep evolving.
Of course, Fox 13 News will continue following the latest developments and bring you breaking details as they become available throughout the day. Live in Washington, Kyla Campbell, Fox 13 News.
All right, thanks so much, Kyla. I know there were some technical difficulties at the beginning. In case you missed it, all hostages are free in France at a kosher supermarket. Two brothers, accused terrorists, are dead right now. So are two other people as well. We're going to check in with Joey now.
All right, thanks, Trey. Hey, folks, we've got some sunny skies outside, and we've got some clouds in some small communities, but cold for everybody. All that is straight ahead.
Okay, we've got a breaking news update for you right now. 4 hostages from the supermarket in France are dead, along with 4 other people. The 2 men accused of killing them, 2 brothers, accused terrorists, are dead as well. And this is according to Sky News. All right, back here at home, free college for all. That's what President Barack Obama is getting ready to talk about in Knoxville. He's there right now. He's expected to propose offering 2 years of tuition, community colleges, to students in certain programs. Now, if this sounds familiar, well, it's pretty similar to Governor Haslam's Tennessee promise, but the president says his plan applies to the nation.
Put simply, what I'd like to do is to see the first 2 years of community college free for everybody who's willing to work for it. That's right, free for everybody who's willing to work for it. It's something that we can accomplish, and it's something that'll train our workforce so that we can compete with anybody in the world.
9 million students could get a degree through this plan. That's according to White House insiders, and we're looking into this further for you this morning. Christian Ayers explains why it could be a win-win for the rest of the country.
27-year-old Amor Perez is homeless and says there's one thing standing between him and a college education.
Welcome back. Trayvon Martin, he's a household name now. It's been nearly 3 years since he was shot and killed by a Hispanic police officer. This morning, we talked to Trayvon Martin's mother, Sabrina Fulton. She's in Memphis speaking about youth violence. We didn't talk to her about the case, but we did ask her what it will take to keep our communities on track.
The event is to reach out and try to encourage our young people. It's a youth summit, and so we want to try to educate our young people. We want to try to encourage them and let them know that their lives matter as well.
Tonight, Ms. Fulton will be at W.E. Du Bois School of Arts and Technology from 5 until 7. 817 Brownlee Road in Whitehaven. We'll have more on what she had to say tonight at 5 o'clock.
All right, folks, we are looking at some clearing right now after batches of clouds and holding it all together, still those cold conditions. That's what's going on with your cold temps. They continue. Now, right now, let's continue in the news and send it back to Trey Paul.
Okay, here's what's happening across America this morning. A Nevada teen is dead. Rescue crews say he was playing on a frozen pond in Reno yesterday. It took 30 minutes for crews to find him. He was taken to the hospital where he died. And this is what people in Chicago are doing to show their support about what's going on in Paris. Nearly 100 people paused for a moment of silence. This was Wednesday night. A speech was given by Chicago's French consul. Chicago has always been a city with a big heart, he says, but that heart is broken with the loss of 12 victims. Beantown is going for the gold. The U.S. Olympic Committee officially picked Boston for the 2024 Summer Games. Most people say it's a good idea. Some aren't so sure. Well, the NFL did not see the Ray Rice elevator assault video before it became public. That's according to a former FBI director hired by the league to conduct an investigation. The NFL isn't completely off the hook, though. Independent investigators say someone should have done more to find out exactly what happened. We'll be right back with more Midday. All right, right now, police are still looking for the men they say shot and killed a man in broad daylight yesterday in southeast Memphis, right after he dropped his wife off at work. Happened on Danville about 3 o'clock. Fox 13 Scott Mattis is live in the neighborhood where police say it happened. Anything new, Scott?
No, unfortunately not. Good morning to you, Trey, and good morning, Metro. People in this neighborhood, this is a quiet neighborhood in southeast Memphis, of course, off Danville Road. They're quite shocked, as they obviously would be, as directly behind me is where the scene of a homicide was yesterday afternoon, right around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And there's a school very close by, so you can only imagine school children were probably out walking around, walking home from school. So a dramatic scene here off Danville Road yesterday. And again, right around 3 o'clock in the afternoon is when the shots were heard by neighbors and residents who live in and around this area. They're telling us, along with police, that the victim, who still remains unidentified at this point, had just an hour prior taken his wife to work, come back home, and that's allegedly when those shots were fired, striking him and killing him. We talked with neighbors who said that they heard from family members that the victim was shot at the very least 6 times. He was pronounced deceased here at the scene. So now the investigation, as it has from the beginning, continues as MPD investigators, well, they're trying to find whoever pulled the trigger in this particular homicide case. Now, I can tell you there's only one description that we have right now, and that is of a blue vehicle. We don't have any description of any kind of suspect information right now. But of course, as we all know, somebody out there knows something. If you do call Crime Stoppers, of course, their number 528-CASH. And Trey, as we always say and try to remind people, you can remain anonymous. We'll stay on top of this story for you, so please stay with us. For now, live in southeast Memphis, Scott Mattis, Fox 13 News.
All right, and new for you on Midday, at least one person is in jail right now, accused of vandalizing an ATM early this morning. Memphis police say it happened on Mount Moriah Terrace. They say Tobias Jackson and another person hit that ATM at the Memphis City Credit Union with a sledgehammer. This happened in Hickory Hill. Jackson was arrested, but the other guy and the woman driving a 2005 Altima, they say they took off. The investigation into this incident is still happening right now. Well, he shot a 1-year-old. That's why police say this Tennessee teenager is on the TBI's top 10 most wanted list. Go ahead and take a look. He's also wanted for murder. This is 17-year-old Cortez Sims. He's accused of killing one woman and shooting 3 other people, including that 1-year-old. Investigators say this happened Wednesday in Chattanooga. If you think you know where he is, call the TBI, 1-800-TBI-FIND. You know, it seems there's been one fire after the other in the past 24 hours. This is a look at the latest one in Fraser. Fire crews say it started early this morning. Luckily, neighbors say the family wasn't home when it started. Fox 13's Earl Farrell is live at Whitney and Rayner. Earl, do we know what started it?
The fire department told us that it was something electrical in the kitchen. They didn't give us any more information than that, other than it did start in the kitchen and the house pretty much totally destroyed. The person that lives here was not here this morning when the fire took place. She just drove up a couple of minutes ago, and I had a chance to talk to her, and I said, "Did you know that your house had burned overnight?" She goes, "Yeah, from television." She saw our news and saw that her house had burned. She rents. Said she was here just yesterday, and she was taking care of her grandchildren and left to go spend the night someplace else with the children, and then she saw that her house had been burned overnight. And I said, "Did you have anything in the kitchen, like a coffee maker or something that you might have been left on?" She went, "I may have, but you know, it had the cutoff switch." Well, that's what I'm saying. Disconnect every electrical appliance you have right now that's not necessary, just to be on the safe side. The good news is she says she does have renter's insurance. Very important. A lot of people think just because you rent that the owner of the home or the apartment apartment or the condo will take care of any problems if you have a fire or flood or anything. Not so. You need to have renter's insurance. It's not very expensive either, so check into that. And certainly if you're a homeowner, you're going to have homeowner's insurance because of your mortgage. But if you rent, I would highly recommend checking into renter's insurance. It could be at $10-15 a month, but if you get wiped out like this lady did, it can replace your life. And right now she's at least got that, and she's going to be getting in touch with the Red Cross. So that's the good news, and nobody was hurt. Live in Fraser, Earl Farrell, Fox 13 News.
All right, and this is why you hear us telling you to be careful with those space heaters. Overloaded electrical circuits caused this house to catch on fire in Berkeley. That's according to the Memphis Fire Department. A number of appliances, including space heaters, were plugged in outlets in the back part of the home. There was extensive damage. No one was hurt, though. And the Cozy Corner barbecue is closed today. It caught on fire yesterday afternoon. Most of the damage in the back of the building there. The owner says it was caused by electrical issues. A nearby hair salon and audio recording studio were damaged by smoke. We'll let you know when Cozy Corner reopens. Well, who has been setting West Tennessee churches on fire? That's what the ATF is trying to figure out this morning. They say that, well, they all happen within hours of each other in Haywood and Lauderdale counties. Trinity United Methodist burned early Wednesday morning. A few hours later, and 6 miles down the road, Cowboy Church was on fire. In between those churches is Spring Hill Baptist Church. Now, while the others were on fire, it was broken into. ATF agents have not said what caused the fires or if they're connected to the break-in. The church is planned to hold a joint service this Sunday. Well, a true message of stop the violence right here in the Mid-South. What Trayvon Martin's mother told us when she stopped by our studios today. We'll be right back. All right, here's a recap of what's going on right now in Paris. Terrorists took people hostage in 2 places. This is all according to French police. We'll start at a printing facility near the Paris airport. That's where one person was taken hostage by the 2 brothers accused of killing 12 other people at a French newspaper earlier this week. Those brothers are dead, according to French police. There was a standoff with police that lasted hours. We're still working to learn more about the hostage involved there. We know shots were heard, there were explosions. Those brothers came out shooting, according to police, before being shot and killed by police. Now, in another part of the city, here are live pictures outside a kosher market. That's where a man and woman connected with those brothers took people hostage. Fox News is reporting the male terrorist is dead. According to the AP, the Associated Press, several may have been killed. At least 3 of the hostages are dead right now. Other news outlets reporting seeing people being led from the building. Of course, you can stay with Fox 13 and our website, myfoxmemphis.com, for the very latest. We'll have more for you tonight at 5 o'clock. It's been such a crazy day, Joe.
That's a difficult thing.
Yeah, it really is.
Still cold here, folks. We're looking at chilly temperatures going into your weekend. Rain chances on Sunday. Wintry mix nearby. Not expecting really an issue at this point, and we'll have all the coverage right here.
All right, thanks so much. We appreciate you watching us today. Dish Nation is up next.